characters, incidents, names, and situations used in this story are fictitious. The resemblance to any person living or dead is purely coincidental. The following video contains some horror elements and suitable for a mature audience, 16 plus. This channel and video is not for kids.
Hello friends, I am Aryan and welcome to our channel Midnight Horror Stories, where you get to hear true and scary ghost stories. In our channel, you will get to hear true and scary stories every Tuesday and Saturday. But before starting the story, all the friends who have come to this channel for the first time, please subscribe to the channel, and if you like the story, then definitely introduce yourself in the comment section. Then, let's do not take much time and start our story quickly. Today I brought you another very horrible and very painful story. Friends, you have come to know about many Tantra sadhanas and why is each Tantra sadhana performed. Why is it done? Everyone has their own reason. But when someone starts misusing these Tantra sadhanas, then he has to face a very terrible result. And one such case has come before us, which is very important for you to know, because many people tell me in the comments that tell us the complete mantras to do this type of Tantra sadhana. So it is very important for them to listen to this event. Many times people want to learn these practices only to be misused, the result of which can be terrible, which you will get to know in this story today. Let's start the story. It was Shukla Paksha and the day was Sunday. It was evening. Avinash had returned with some goods from the market a while ago. As soon as he arrived, he said to his mother, "Mom, I'm going to my room. Don't let anyone come in and don't let anyone in. If someone asks about me, where can I say that I have gone out?" Avinash's mother nods quietly. Avinash locks himself in his room and prepares for a sadhana. Before doing sadhana, Avinash looks at himself in the mirror. She had a burn mark on her straight cheek that was making her face ugly. He stares at the scar for a while and then starts slapping his cheek vigorously. After that, he cries a lot. After a while, his eyes go to the clock and it was 10 p.m. He quickly places a mango wooden post on the snake floor and lays a pink cloth on it. Avinash makes an ashtadal on the cloth with turmeric and akshatas and places a Pushpa Kinnari yantra in the middle of it, which was made of pure metal. He then lights a lamp of pure desi ghee. After bowing down to the lamp for some time, he starts worshipping with ashtagandha, akshat and pushpa, etc. Avinash folds both hands in front of the lamp and says, "O deep, you are the form of the goddess. You are the Meena of that worship of mine and the destroyer of obstacles. Therefore, as long as I am in the chariot in sadhana, please remain still." Avinash then meditates on goddess Kinnari and chants a mantra, Om Pushpa Kinnari Vamanya Shrom Om. He recites this mantra 41 times on Pushpa Kinnari Mala and wishes in his mind that Kinnari Devi should appear to him and listen to his wish. As soon as Avinash completes this mantra, a fragrance permeates her room that was very enchanting. Although Avinash's eyes were closed, he could feel that someone was moving around him, that is circling around him. Then he sees a divine vision that was placing his hand on his head. Avinash sees himself performing a puja on the banks of the Ganges. Then, after a while, he sees that many flowers are coming towards him in the Ganges and stopping at his feet. This was a sign that he had pleased and perfected the Kinnari goddess. Then, as soon as he sees it, the scene goes away from his eyes and gradually the fragrance also disappears. As soon as the fragrance ends, Avinash understands that his sadhana is complete. He slowly opens his eyes, then sees that the flame of the lamp is still running. Avinash is pleased to see the flame of the lamp. After this, he takes out a fresh betel leaf and offers half the betel leaf to the flower Kinnari and eats the other half of the betel leaf himself. He thinks in his mind that the stain on his cheek, the burnt stain that was coming in the way of his beauty, should go away in any way and he becomes a handsome man. By praying that, he once again bows down to the Kinnari yantra and ends his worship. Avinash picks up all the belongings and puts them away. By the time he did so, it was already 12 a.m. He sees the time that the whole night is left. He keeps remembering Pushpa Kinnari all night and just prays to her that the scar on her cheek goes away and she turns into a handsome man. The next day when Avinash wakes up, he feels a lot of pain on his cheek and also feels a burning sensation. He immediately looks in the mirror and is shocked because the stain that bothered him so much, it wasn't on his cheek anymore. He doesn't believe it. He goes to the bathroom and washes his mouth, and as soon as he washes his mouth, his irritation and pain also disappear. He was looking at himself in the mirror again and again. To his surprise, that stain of his was really gone. Avinash is not overjoyed. He couldn't believe that his Kinnari sadhana was complete. Avinash bows to Kinnari Devi. On that day, he goes to his work well dressed. Avinash was the only son of his family. She had two younger sisters who were still in school and were the only mother in the house. My father died when he was a child. He was the sole breadwinner of his household. My mother was often ill. In such a situation, the cost of medicine, the education of sisters was very difficult for Avinash. On top of that, his stain was often disturbed by him too. But there was a different kind of happiness on his face that day. After finishing the day's work, he goes to the lane behind his neighborhood. The street was often deserted. Avinash is standing near the pillar in the street and peeking at the bend again and again. He was waiting for someone. There was a lot of uneasiness in his mind which was clearly visible on his face. And finally his wait is over. A girl named Meena comes in front of him. Avinash loved Meena very much. He wanted to make her his own. But there was nothing like that in Meena's mind. On that day, Avinash goes in front of Meena with full confidence. But like every time, Meena was on her way. He paid no attention to Avinash. Avinash felt a little strange. He went after Meena and stopped her. Listen to Meena. Meena looked back and found that it was Avinash. Seeing Avinash, Meena started getting a little uncomfortable and started stealing eyes from him. There was joy and satisfaction on Avinash's face. He said, Meena, you didn't even look at me. Meena stammered, Why? Why should I look at you? I'm going my way. Avinash says, Oh, good. Don't get irritated. Tell me, do you accept my proposal now? On hearing this, Meena starts getting angry and says, Why don't you understand? I refused you that day because I have no interest in you. You go your way and I go your way. Avinash says, But Meena, now the stain on my face is gone. You probably had a problem with my stain, didn't you? Meena looks at Avinash's face very carefully and then beats her forehead in surprise. She says, Oh my God, what do you want to say? You mean that I didn't accept your proposal because you had a stain on your face? You stupid man, I just don't like you. I have nothing in my heart for you. It never was and never will be. Look, Avinash, you are a good person. It's your family. You don't even have a father. You focus on your family. There is no use in getting caught up in all these detours. And I also have to stay away from these things. If my family finds out that you are harassing me like this, they will not leave you. And secondly, they will stop my studies too. I don't want to give up my studies. That's why I fold my hands in front of you. You look at your work and let me go my way. Don't bother me like this. I don't love you. As for your stain, I never had anything to do with it. You have mistaken yourself that I could not accept your proposal because of your stain. There is nothing like that. I don't love you. As soon as she says this, Meena does not stay there for even a minute and comes straight to her house. But Avinash stands there for a while. He didn't expect this from Meena. He was sitting with a dream in his mind. He had practiced with great devotion. He was sure that through Kinnari practice, he would make himself beautiful and his masculinity would increase. But he had forgotten that not everyone loves just by looking at the face. Avinash felt that Meena was very handsome, so he wanted a handsome boy, and that is why he worshipped Kinnari Devi to make himself beautiful. In the end, she got beauty but to no avail. Avinash's heart was completely broken. He was very disappointed. He just stands there for 15 to 20 minutes. Then in a short time the dogs start barking. Then he regains consciousness and goes home. Face sad. With disappointment in his mind, he quietly goes to his room. His mother Sudha recognizes his disappointment and goes after him. His mother asks, Avinash son, what happened? You look very sad. Did anything happen? Avinash shakes his head in no and says, Mother, sit next to me for a while. Avinash's mother sits peacefully beside her son but does not say anything because she was a mother and understood that Avinash's heart is broken or he has suffered some emotional injury. She thinks that when Avinash's heart does, he will tell her. And Avinash often did the same. But Avinash did not do that on that day. He sat beside his mother for a while and found peace. But then he fell asleep. Avinash's mother also touched his head and seeing him sleeping, she also left from there. Avinash was a 24-year-old young boy who was the sole breadwinner in his house. She had two younger sisters who were studying in school, and her father had passed away. He was very badly broken after this incident. He felt that his life was now meaningless. He doesn't even go to work for 2 or 3 days. So his mother was worried. His mother had asked Avinash many times, Son, what is the matter? Tell me, I don't know if I can solve it. But Avinash did not tell anything to his mother. Then 3 days later, Avinash decides to go out. He packs his belongings and tells his mother that there is not much income by staying here.
I'll do a job there. My qualifications are also not so high that no one can give me a decent amount here. I'm thinking of going out and seeing some good work. If I get the right job, then I will look for some other job. Hearing this, the mother is shocked. What does she say? He will go out and work. But son, we are alone here. Avinash says, Mother, don't worry. I will come here once every month. And look, there are 2 sisters. They are studying in school now. Tomorrow they will be college. Then I don't think we will be able to earn money by staying here or do something further. Don't worry, I have told my uncle that if you want to get any necessary items, ask him for it, I'll send them the money. Avinash's mother does not find Avinash's decision right. But given the circumstances, she gives Avinash permission to go out. Avinash moves from Bihar to Mumbai to work. Here, when Meena also comes to know that Avinash has gone out to earn money, she also gets relieved. At the same time, she is also happy that Avinash listened to her. Everything was going well. Then about 2 years later, Avinash's mother comes to Meena's house with a box of sweets. As soon as he enters the house, Avinash's mother calls Meena. Meena was in her room. Meena comes out. His mother comes along. Meena says, "Yes, auntie, tell me." Avinash's mother says, "Son, sweeten your mouth. My elder daughter has topped 12th class. And the sweets are not from here. Avinash has sent his friend's hand from Mumbai. He is also going to come in a few days." Hearing this, a long smile spreads on the faces of both Meena and her mother. Meena says, "Oh wow, auntie, this is a very good thing." Saying this, Meena eats sweets. After that, all the people in Meena's family sweetened their mouths. Avinash's mother and Meena's mother talk for a while. In Meena's family, her elder brother Vinod was the only one who did not eat sweets as he was not at home at that time. But while leaving, Avinash's mother had said that, "Didi, keep this sweet for Vinod. Give it to him when he comes." Avinash's mother goes to her house, but here Meena eats the remaining sweets which were meant for Vinod. Everyone in his family was saying that it was good. Avinash walked out. Now the family of these people will improve. I have suffered a lot. Meena's family members themselves were very good people. They were friendly and well-behaved people. Everything is fine for a few days. Meena's studies were also completed. She started working in a place. There was daily commuting, and Meena used to come from the same street that she often went to college, because the main road came only after crossing that street. As usual, that evening too, Meena was walking towards her house with a handbag on her shoulder. It was evening. Everyone was in their own homes. Meena was walking on the ground in her own tune when suddenly she realized that someone was walking behind her and trying to stop her. As soon as Meena realizes this, she stops and turns around. But he doesn't see any. She also looks to her right and left. Everyone's house was closed. Meena starts walking on her way again. Then suddenly the sound of someone's footsteps starts coming to his ears. This time Meena was sure that there must be someone behind her. But when she turned around, she could not see anyone. Meena says to herself, "It's strange, why am I being deceived by someone again and again? And anyway, no one comes and goes in the street. People also get out of their work. That's why I chose the path, and today I don't understand this strange feeling." Meena takes the unnecessary things out of her mind and starts walking again. Suddenly, Meena's eyes fall on the corner of the street, where Avinash often stood and looked at her. He was going towards Meena and Avinash's house. I don't know if Meena feels a strange tingle when she sees that turn. Her body trembles. It seems that Avinash is there and he is still after her. But the next moment Meena realizes that no one is there. Then Meena relaxes and moves forward. In the street of Meena's house, there were always 2 or 4 children playing in the evening. But there were no children that day. This seems very strange to Meena. She also wonders to herself, what is happening today? Nothing happened. As soon as Meena thinks of this, she takes 2 or 4 steps forward. He gets the feeling that someone made him make sounds. Meena looks back. He sees a black man standing at the exact spot where Avinash often stood and looked at Meena. He was completely black. His upper body was naked. He had tied a tahmat, also known as langi, around his waist. The man was so black that only the white part of his eyes was shining. It was healthy to look at and a little scary. As soon as Meena sees the man, her eyes widen with fear. Her legs tremble and she starts walking towards her house in reverse steps. She staggers into her house and closes the door. On closer inspection, the black man looked like an ordinary person. But I don't know what such negative attraction was in him, because of which Meena was not able to take her attention away from the man. She is scared for a long time after coming home. When she sits with her family,
that's when she feels a little right. Meena was asleep that night. Meena used to sleep with her mother Janaki. When Meena goes into a deep sleep, suddenly
he feels as if someone is sitting at his head. He felt his head heavy. He feels like someone has put a hand on his head. She opens her eyes and tries to get up but can't. Meena finds the air in her room choked. He was having trouble breathing. By the way, Meena was able to move her hands and feet. I just couldn't lift my head. Within a few seconds, he starts to feel nervous. She was lying on the other side of her mother. Meena wants to move her hand to her mother's side in a hurry, but his mother was sleeping at a short distance from him, because of which she cannot even touch her mother. She calls out to her mother, "Mom, Mom, Mom," but her voice was very low. Maybe his voice didn't reach his mother. She then kicks her mother's legs with her body backwards and tries to shake her hands by holding her hand. Then suddenly, Janaki's eyes open. She immediately wakes up and says, "Meena, what happened?" She sees her daughter lying with her head on one side and a strange fear on her face. She can't shake her head. Janaki lifts her head with the help of her hands. Then Meena gets right. She sits up and clings to her mother and starts crying. Her mother says, "Son, what happened? What happened to you? Why are you crying?" Meena says, "I don't know, Mummy. I felt like someone was holding my head. I don't know who it was." Janaki says, "Did you hold your head? But there is no one here. You must be dreaming of something." Meena says, "No, Mom, I wasn't dreaming of anything. At first I thought maybe I was dreaming, but when I opened my eyes, my head was very heavy. It looked like someone was holding on to it." Janaki says, "Good son, don't panic. I am lying next to you, isn't I? Lie down facing me." After this, Meena's mother holds Meena's hand and lies down. It had only been half an hour since Meena and her mother had fallen asleep again, when suddenly Meena flew into the air and fell to the ground. Meena gets hurt, due to which she also screams. Janaki's eyes also open due to screaming. Unable to find her daughter with her, Janaki immediately sits up and finds that Meena is lying on the ground and crying. Janaki immediately handles Meena and says, "Hey beta, what happened? How did she fall?" Meena clings to her mother and says, "Mummy, something has hit me." Janaki feels strange to hear this. She looks around her. They don't see anybody. They don't even realize anyone's presence. She strokes her daughter's head and says, "Son, what has happened to you? What kind of delusional talk are you talking about? Have you seen any ghost? Which movies? Are you scared?" Meena says, "No, Mummy, I haven't seen anything like that. I don't know, but I am scared. This has never happened to me before. I don't know why I feel this way today. I am very scared, Mummy. I feel like someone wants to harm me." Janaki says, "Son, don't worry. Who will harm you? Come on, lie down on the bed. You sleep peacefully. I am awake. I won't let anything happen to you." Meena lays down on the bed again. On the other hand, Janaki sits on Meena's head and keeps reciting Hanumanji in her mind. The night goes by like this. The next morning, Meena goes to her job and her mother started working in the kitchen with her daughter-in-law Nisha. Janaki tells Nisha about the night how Meena was very scared. Hearing which, Nisha says, "Mummy, from your words, it seems that Meena will be depressed. There is a lot of work in the office. Poor Meena gets very tired." Janaki says, "But son, I don't feel like that. It seems to me to be just another matter." Meena's sister-in-law Nisha says, "Oh Mummy, there is nothing like what you're thinking. It's just work pressure and depression. You sit and talk with Meena or take her somewhere. If you walk around for a few days, it'll be fine." After listening to her daughter-in-law's words, Janaki calms down and agrees to listen to her daughter-in-law. The same evening, Meena was returning from the office once again, and today she sees the same man who appeared yesterday, whose face was very scary. Seeing that black man, Meena is once again scared and runs into her house, and this time Meena starts crying as soon as she goes into the house. Her mother and sister-in-law take care of him. Meena's younger sister Shalini also starts crying when she sees her sister crying. Janaki repeatedly asks Meena what happened, but Meena was not ready to tell anything. Seeing Meena running into the house, Nisha feels that Meena may have been teased by someone on the way. She holds Meena's hand and takes her to her room. Nisha asks Meena, "Meena, tell me what's the matter. You suddenly panicked and entered the house? Did someone do something wrong to you? Or did someone tease you? Meena says, no, sister-in-law, no one teased me. Nisha, then why did you come running away in the house? Meena falls silent on this question and goes into thought. Nisha says, tell me what happened. Meena says, no, sister-in-law. There was no one behind me, but that one man, that man. Meena starts crying loudly after saying this. Nisha hugs Meena. She tries to silence him. Nisha asks, tell me, who is Meena? Wait, until you tell me how we can solve your problem. Meena wipes her tears and says, sister-in-law, the strange man of the turn of the street, that black man stares at me. Hearing this, Nisha says immediately, I thought something like this would happen. Who is that guy? Meena says, I don't know, Bhabhi. I saw her yesterday too. He stares at me and he's so disgusting. Meena starts crying once again. Nisha once again explains to Meena, Meena, stop crying. You are a girl with courage. There is no use crying like this. Don't worry. Look, your brothers only come back by night. We will do that. I'll send Dad to pick you up at the crossroads tomorrow. He comes quickly. Don't panic. We'll see who that guy is. Nisha instead gives Meena as much comfort as she can. But she did not know that fear was naturally arising in Meena's mind. It's not like she's a timid girl, but I don't know why. When Meena was looking at the black man, she felt a strange fear. She herself doesn't know what's going on with her. She couldn't even tell anyone. All she could tell was her sister-in-law. Meena goes to her room. Then Nisha tells all this to her mother-in-law, hearing which she also starts crying. Nisha also explains to her mother-in-law, what's there to cry about? When you go out, all these things are common. We should fight all this and not cry and panic and sit at home. Don't worry, Mummy. Tomorrow we'll send Dad to pick him up at the crossroads. Anyway, the street from which Meena comes is often deserted. Before something untoward happens to him, we have to stop it. Janki says, you are right. But sometimes Meena's father also comes late. What will we do then? Nisha says, oh Mummy, why do you worry so much? I'll leave the day Dad can't go pick up Meena. Anyway, how far is the crossroads from here? Janki says, oh no, I can't send you out in this condition. You are 4 months pregnant. You have to take great care of yourself. It's not okay for you to get out. I'll do that when my dad isn't around. I'll leave. Nisha remains, yes Mummy, I'm also telling you the same. We have to take care of Meena. That night, Meena does not eat properly and falls asleep early. Janki also did not want to leave her daughter alone for a moment. And then, as scared as Meena was last night, after that she did not want to leave her daughter alone at all. That's why Janki goes to the room and lies down before time. Nisha had also finished all the household chores. She was also resting in her room and was also telling Vinod about the black man. The first watch of the night had just begun when Meena suddenly opened her eyes and sat up. Meena's mother was still awake. Seeing her daughter suddenly getting up, she says, what happened? Did you have a dream again? Meena says, no Mummy, someone had just come to our room. Janki says in surprise, that is not in our room, son. I'm awake. No one has come to our room. The door is closed. Meena says, no Mummy, I heard the sound of opening the door with my ears and the sound of someone walking, it also came. Janki says, son, all this is a delusion of your mind. I think you're tense. It's more office work. See, we will go out for a few days or go to a relative's house. You will also be relaxed.
Don't think too much, and I say, leave this job and sit at home and rest. Hearing all these things from her mother's mouth, Meena quietly lies down and turns over. Meena's eyes were still fixed on the door. It seemed to him that someone had really come into his room. Meena blinks once and opens her eyes again and screams as she sees the same black man standing at her door who she saw in the street. The man was still staring at Meena strangely, but this time he had a devilish smile on his face. Seeing that laughter, Meena gets nervous and starts screaming. Meena's mother, who was sitting next to her, doesn't even understand what happened to Meena all of a sudden. She takes care of her daughter. Son, what happened? What happened? Tell me. Meena points to the door with her hand and says, Mummy, it's him. He came here too? Mummy, save me. It will do something to me. Mummy, he's getting closer to me. And in fact, Meena could see the black man who was slowly getting closer to her. Meena couldn't see the man anymore, so she once again hides in her mother's lap and holds her mother tightly. Janaki could not understand who Meena was seeing. He couldn't see anyone. Seeing her daughter nervous, she tries to convince her, but it doesn't help. But Janaki was also a mother. She also hugs her daughter tightly to her chest, and then Meena becomes normal in a short time. As soon as she looks around separated from her mother, she doesn't see anyone, but Meena's screams were heard by other people in the family. They were knocking on the door and asking them to open the door, but Meena was not leaving her mother. Janki tells Meena to Meena's son, "Let the door open." Meena says, "No mummy, don't open the door. It will be the same man. He'll come to my room." Janki says, "Son, is not like that. Listen to the sound. Your father is standing outside. There are brothers. They are scared to hear your voice." Meena says, "No. The same man is standing outside. Listen to me, Mom. Don't open the door." Janki barely separates Meena from herself and opens the door. As soon as the door opens, everyone comes into the room and follows them, the same black man who leaves Meena's eyes wide open at the sight of her. She starts screaming badly. She starts stomping her arms and legs and sits curled up in a corner of the bed. Meena's sister-in-law, sister, mother, father, and brother were all trying to convince her, but just she was crying and screaming. She was saying it over and over again. "He's standing there. He'll do something to me. Mom, save me. Mummy, he's coming to me." Saying this, Meena covers her face. All the members of the house were looking everywhere in the room. They couldn't see anyone. Vinod says, "What happened to Meena? Who is it visible? All the doors are locked from inside, so who entered our house?" Janki says, "I don't know, son. She was saying the same thing a while ago. Someone is visible to it." Janaki was a mother. It is said that when the medicine does not work, the prayer is effective, and the mother does everything for her children so that her child gets right. Janaki also starts reciting Hanuman Chalisa at the same time. That too with a loud voice, because somewhere he had realized that what was happening to his daughter was paranormal. However, there was hardly anyone in the house who believed in her. Because she was a woman of old thought, she was able to understand that Meena cannot just go into depression and say all this. And as soon as Janaki recites Hanuman Chalisa, Meena calms down in a short time and asks for water.
When she becomes normal, she lies down quietly and falls asleep after a while. Seeing her condition, all the members of the house were terrified as to what happened to Meena. On the other hand, Nisha says to Vinod, "You believe one thing, don't go to the office tomorrow. Tomorrow you see who is standing at the corner of the street. Who is where he comes from, we will catch him tomorrow. Tell me that man scared our flower-like child, made her such a bad condition." Vinod agrees to his wife's words. Janki also did not sleep well last night, and even tonight she keeps reciting Hanuman Chalisa so that her daughter sleeps peacefully. The next morning, Vinod did not go to the office but was peeking into the balcony again and again since morning and looking at the corner of the street. He was waiting for the man who stared at his sister Meena. He also comes around the street several times throughout the day and keeps peeking from the balcony. But he doesn't see any suspicious persons. Then, as soon as the time comes when Meena returns home and comes through that deserted street, Vinod stands on the balcony with his gaze on it. When he sees that time is running out, he himself goes and looks for the person around the street but does not know anything. Vinod doesn't see that person. Vinod doesn't give up even after that. He goes out of the street and asks some people about the black man. But no one knew about the person, and Vinod also didn't know much about that person. All he knew was that the man was very dark and kept the veil under wraps. On the other hand, all the members of the house were anxiously waiting for Vinod. They were waiting for Vinod to find the man as soon as possible. But when Vinod comes back home, he comes empty-handed and disappointed. It was evident from his face that Vinod did not find the man. Still, for her comfort, Nisha asks, "What happened? Did you find out about that guy?" Vinod nods his head. He then goes to his sister Meena and asks her, "Babu, tell the truth.
Does anyone really stand in the street and look at you? Meena says, yes bhaiya, I am telling the truth. He has been staring at me for the last 2 days and yesterday he even came to my room. The family doesn't believe this. That's very scary. Vinod becomes completely calm. He comes out leaving Meena alone. Janki says to her son, son, what has happened to our daughter? Why is she talking like this? Vinod says, I don't know mother. Maybe Nisha's words are right, he has depression. If you listen to me, get rid of his job and everything. We are making a lot of money. We can't see him getting upset about his hobbies. If you stay at home for a few days, it will probably be fine. Janki also likes Vinod's point. So she refuses to let Meena go to work and Meena also feels the same way. Because she no longer wants to face that black man. That night, Meena's mother Hanumanji puts a post on Meena's head and falls asleep. But that night, Nisha was sleeping in her room with her husband. Suddenly, he needs fast urine. She hurriedly goes to the washroom. But before she can pass her urine, she starts bleeding fast and she gets nervous. She starts screaming from inside the bathroom. Vinod gets up hearing her voice and asks to open the door. But Nisha was lost on her own. She was just crying and screaming. In no time, Meena and the others fly away. Vinod is shocked when Nisha opens the door. Nisha's lower part was stained with blood. He had a sharp pain in his stomach. She was sitting in a corner holding her stomach and was crying. Vinod quickly handles him. In the meantime, the people of the house also come to Vinod's room. When they all see Nisha's condition, the ground slips under their feet. Without delay, Vinod and his mother take Nisha to the hospital. There it is found that Nisha has had a miscarriage. That is, his child is no longer in the world. As soon as this news is heard, there is mourning in the house. Janki does not understand that she used to take great care of Nisha, but Nisha herself also took great care of herself. So in such a situation, there is no question of miscarriage. When Vinod asks the doctor the reason for miscarriage, the doctor is also not able to give a clear reason. In fact, they say that according to the time period, there was no chance of miscarriage at this time. How did this become possible? We don't understand either.
At present, doctors take care of Nisha. Let's treat it. Here, everyone was already upset because of Meena, and now the hearts of the people were broken by this incident with Nisha. In a few days, Nisha gets discharged and goes home. Janki, who used to take care of Meena all the time till now, whenever she was around, she used to worship God. Hanuman used to recite Chalisa. Sometimes she would feed him prasad, and sometimes she would vaccinate him, and in this way, she was protecting Meena. It seemed to him that Meena was right because of all these things. But when the Nisha incident happens, Janki's attention is diverted from the devotion of God. Now she was reciting Hanuman Chalisa by going to Meena only occasionally during the day, and Meena's fear was once again revealing. He was beginning to feel that something was trying to grab him, to touch him. She was frightened by the slightest sound and began to shiver. One night, Meena's mother Janaki was talking to her husband at 11 p.m. Meena was alone in her room. She was reading a novel. Then someone knocks on his door. Meena thinks that there must be someone from the house. That's why she says, yes, come on. Then the door opens automatically. Meena's focus was still on her book. After the door opens, Meena hears the sound of someone walking in her ears. It's like someone is getting close to him, but Meena feels that maybe there is no one around her. And that's why when Meena looks up and looks, she really doesn't see anyone around her. But there was still the sound of someone walking. Then slowly the voice comes closer to him, and suddenly the big sheet on his bed automatically slips and falls to the ground. Meena panics at this incident and immediately closes her book and retreats. The next moment, Meena feels as if someone has grabbed her legs. She starts to writhe on her feet and was about to scream when her voice stops. He feels like someone put a hand over his mouth. Slowly, Meena loses control of herself. Her hands and feet go completely closed. It's like someone has held on tightly, and then something happens to him that he never imagined. No human being can imagine such a thing. An invisible force rapes her. Meena was so helpless that she could not even see who was doing all this to her. She couldn't scream or make any gestures. There were only tears coming out of his eyes. After some time, Meena is free. But it seemed as if all the life of Meena's body had been gone. There's nothing in his body anymore. Meena's body also gradually starts turning pale. And all this happens suddenly. His eyes sink into the pit. Wrinkles begin to appear on the face.
She lies on her bed unconscious. Now she even stops screaming. Tears just keep coming out of his eyes. Lifeless, she lies on her bed. Then after some time her mother Janaki comes to the room and is surprised to see the condition of her daughter. His clothes were removed from his body. The wrinkles on the face were realizing that it was not Meena. Janaki screams, screaming. All the people in the house come immediately and they are also surprised to see Meena. Janaki falls to the ground and starts crying. Nisha and Shalini go to Meena and pick her up and make her sit. They cover her body and ask her, "Meena, what happened? How did your face turn so pale?" Meena was not in a position to say anything. She can barely say water. Her sister-in-law immediately gives her water, and then Meena closes her eyes and falls asleep. He couldn't understand what had happened to Meena all of a sudden. Everyone was telling them to be courageous, but Janaki had realized that she was no longer able to pay much attention to her daughter, so he was crying even more. Crying, Janaki's throat suddenly sinks and she starts coughing. In a short time it happens to her as if she will vomit, and that is why she immediately goes to the wash basin. As soon as she vomits, she gets nervous because she vomits blood. Only blood was coming out of her mouth, which makes her nervous. In the meantime, Shalini also arrives. When she rubs her mother's waist, she is also shocked to see blood in the wash basin. She runs away and tells her father and brother. Now everyone starts looking at Janaki. Let's handle that. As soon as Janaki's vomiting stops, Vinod says, "Mummy, how do you vomit this blood?" Janaki says, "I don't know if my son has been born for the first time. I don't understand what's happening to our house." One by one, everyone is facing some problem or the other. Vinod says, "Leave all this, mother. Come with me to the hospital right now." Janaki says, "But son, it is very late at this time. I'll leave tomorrow morning. I also feel very weak. I'm going to Meena's. I can't leave my daughter alone. It is my fault that today I recited Hanuman Chalisa to him only once." You guys understand what I'm saying. The case is something else. Our house has either been seen by someone or there is someone who is harming our house. My daughter is not lying. There is someone who is harassing my daughter and who is only visible to her. The family members were also scared by the incidents that were happening one after the other. Therefore, they do not give any wrong reaction to Janaki's words. Nisha slowly says to Vinod, "Mummy is right," and after saying this, Nisha takes Vinod to the room. Janaki also goes to Meena and her father Ram Prasad sits in the meeting with Shalini.
He says to Shalini that, "Son, you go to sleep. I come through Meena. Your mother is also alone." Shalini says, "But Papa, I am scared alone. I won't sleep in my room. I always insisted on you being alone, but I don't want to be alone anymore. I will also sleep next to my mother, like Meena Didi." Meena's dad says, "It's okay, you also sleep there." Both Meena's father and her sister move in with Meena. Here Nisha says to Vinod, "Look, I find mummy's words absolutely right. Something is definitely wrong. You think for yourself, my miscarriage doesn't make sense. My mom takes so much care of me and I take so much care of myself. That night also I just went to urinate. Then suddenly, and yes, I forgot to tell you one thing. When I went to the bathroom, I was not suddenly terrified. It seemed as if there was already someone there." Then suddenly Nisha's eyes come to tears. Vinod understands Nisha. Look, what happened was God's will. Why did all this happen now? God knows what is going to happen next, but the situation is not good. Nisha says, "I think we should get the yagna done once in the house. If someone has an evil eye, it will go away. It's been a long time anyway. There is no worship in the house." Vinod finds Nisha's point of view okay, so he says, "Okay, I will talk to Panditji tomorrow." Vinod also meets Panditji the next day and asks him for yagna. Then Panditji says the muhurat after 3 days is correct. I'll be back to your house in 3 days. 3 days later, when Panditji comes home and starts the process of yagna, like making a fire pit and collecting all the puja materials around, then they start to smell a foul smell coming from the house. He was also a good scholar and at the same time he used to know some tantric activities, due to which he recognizes from that stench that there must be some negative energy in this house. While he was preparing for the yagna, his attention was wandering again and again. Then for a moment he stops his work and asks Vinod, "Vinod, son, come here, I want to talk to you." Vinod says, "Yes, Panditji, tell me." Panditji says, "Son, is everything okay in your house?" Vinod says, "No, Panditji, nothing is right. That's why he's conducting a yagna." Panditji says, "My suspicion was correct." Vinod asks, "What is the doubt? What happened, Panditji?" Panditji says, "Son, I think there is some negative energy in your house. There is someone who is bothering you all." Vinod's eyes widen when he hears this. He says, "What are you talking about?" Worry is clearly visible on Vinod's face. Panditji says, "Yes, son, I have a feeling that nothing is going right here.
There is some very evil force that is trying to harm you, and as far as I can guess, it can even destroy you completely. I'm having a very fast vibration, and that's why my attention is getting distracted. Vinod, Panditji folds his hands and says, now you tell me, what should we do? Panditji says, firstly, I want one hair of all your family members and bring all of them in front of me. Vinod gathers everyone in one place. At that time, Meena's father Mohanlal was not at home. Vinod says, Panditji Papa will also be coming shortly. Rest is our whole family. Panditji asks everyone to cut one of his hair, and in the meantime, Panditji was looking at Meena again and again. His face looked completely different. Then Panditji sees Meena's hair flying in the air on its own. The fan there is also closed. Panditji looks at other people. Everyone's hair and clothes were all stable. Panditji understands that whatever it is, it has a very deep connection with Meena. That's why he first plucks Meena's hair, which was not breaking even from breaking. Then he uses scissors and takes Meena's hair, and in the same way he takes the hair of all the members of the house and puts a lump of them all. Panditji recites a mantra on it and blows it. Then Vinod's phone rings. The call came from an unknown number. Vinod immediately picks up the call, and then the air on his face starts flying. Fear, anxiety, disappointment begin to show on his face. Seeing her husband's face, Nisha immediately asks, what happened? Whose phone is it? Vinod does not answer Nisha but starts talking to the person on the phone. Gee, in which hospital? I'm just coming now. Saying this, Vinod hangs up the phone. Then Nisha again asks, hey, tell me what happened. Tears come to Vinod's eyes and he cries and says,
Papa has had an accident. He's admitted to Jeevan Jyoti Hospital. On hearing this, the ground slips under Janaki's feet and starts crying. Everyone takes care of Janaki. Vinod tells Nisha, Nisha, you take care of everyone in the house. I see how Papa's accident happened. Janaki was beating her chest while crying and saying, oh God, what is happening? Protect us with us, Panditji. Look at the untoward incident. How do we save our house? What to do? We say, Panditji, I had already suspected that there must be something wrong here. Don't worry, Vinod. I will see Mohanlal. I think we should all prepare for the yajna and pray to God that everything goes well. But the time was such that everyone's heart was restless. On the other hand, Ram Prasad was lying in the hospital. In such a situation, whose heart would be engaged in the yajna? But still, Panditji explains to everyone. Then everyone agrees to participate in the yajna. With a heavy heart, everyone sits in their own place. Panditji also starts the yajna with shlokas. For a while, the mind of the family members remains distracted. But as the duration of the yajna was increasing, the mind of all was engaged in the yajna. And everyone was praying to God in their minds that everything would be okay. But suddenly there came a time when the fire of the fire pit flared up rapidly and hit the roof of the house. Seeing this, everyone was scared and even retreated a little. Panditji's yajna was still going on. He gestured to everyone to sit back in their seats and the yajna continued. Once everything was normal, then after about 15 to 20 minutes, all the items in the house start moving on their own. The ground was stationary, only the stuff was shaking, as if someone was warning that this yajna should be stopped. But Panditji does not do that. He was looking around chanting mantras and trying to understand who was here. Just then, Meena jerks her neck up and starts screaming. Seeing him shouting, everyone gets scared, and this time, even Panditji stops chanting his mantras. Screaming, Meena automatically begins to rise upwards in the air. It was nothing short of magic. Now everyone was completely convinced that there was some very evil powerful force playing the game in this house. Seeing Meena flying in the air on her own like this, Nisha, Janaki and Shalini move away from her. Meena doesn't stop screaming. Then suddenly Meena falls to the ground with a jerk and starts crying. Gradually, he also starts bleeding from his mouth. Seeing Meena unconscious, everyone comes back to her and tries to pick her up, but she was unconscious. Panditji says, go get water quickly. Meena is watered, but she doesn't come to her senses. Then a very strong foul smell starts spreading in the house, which was now coming to all the members of the house along with Panditji. Nisha says, how is this strange smell? Shalini says, yes, sister-in-law, it smells strange, as if something is rotting. Panditji says, nothing is rotting. This is the sign of the presence of that phantom. Nisha asks in surprise, what ghost? What kind of phantom? Panditji says, a ghost who wants to destroy your house. This is a sign of him, and he has dominated Meena. Hearing this, Nisha puts her hand on her mouth and starts widening her eyes.
She says, Panditji, what are you saying? Panditji says, I am absolutely right. Can't you see Meena's condition? After this, Panditji says, we have to complete the yagya first. The yagya must be completed. Only then will we deal with this phantom. And after saying this, Panditji sits at his place again and performs the yagya. He had to face many obstacles in performing the yagya. Again and again the fire of the fire pit was extinguished. Sometimes an item would fall from its place. Sometimes a mantra would come out of Panditji's mind. But still, after every problem, Panditji completes the yagya and then invokes the phantom who was the cause of the destruction of this house. On the call of Panditji, the ghost immediately appears. But no one can see it. Only Panditji could see that ghost. Panditji sees that he is sitting exactly next to the phantom Meena, while Meena is lying unconscious on the ground. It was the same phantom that Meena often saw at the corner of the street. He was no ordinary person. He was an evil spirit. Black is scary and very old. Panditji angrily says to that ghost, "Oh wicked ghost, what are you doing in this house? Why did you come here?" At this point of Panditji, he starts laughing ghostly. The echo of his laughter is heard throughout the house, but he doesn't show up to anyone. Panditji asks again, "Tell me, why have you come here, and who are you?" The phantom was just laughing. He then strokes Meena's head and says, "It's mine, I will take it."
You can't do that. This is not the girl of your phantom realm. Its body is made to live in this world. You cannot take it with you until it is transformed into a spirit itself. That black phantom laughs and says, "Yes, right. Unless this girl's soul comes out of her body, I won't be able to take it with me. That's why I'm killing it, shortening its lifespan so that I take it with me." Panditji says, "Why are you doing this? What has this girl done to you?" Hearing this, the phantom once again starts laughing loudly and says, "Nothing. This girl is very pretty. I like it. I want both his body and his soul." And as soon as he says this, the phantom disappears again. But then Panditji's breathing starts to run fast. Suddenly their hands begin to stiffen. He was about to say something, but he couldn't. Nisha immediately takes over Panditji and says, "What happened, Panditji? What is happening to you?" But poor Panditji was not able to say anything. It looked like he was having a seizure. Nisha gives them water, but still there is no rest. Panditji was pointing to Meena and wanted to say something, but Nisha could not understand the gesture. Then suddenly Panditji faints, and then the door of the house opens and he sees Vinod in front of him. Vinod also sees Panditji unconscious and quickly comes to him. Nisha narrates the whole story so far, which Vinod also gets upset to hear. He says, "Oh my God, what's going on? I don't understand anything." Nisha says that only God knows this, but at this time, you first take Panditji to the hospital. He was having a strange fit. His hands were stiff and he couldn't say anything. On hearing this, Vinod, Nisha and Shalini immediately go to the hospital and get Panditji admitted. After some time, it is found that Panditji has been affected by paralysis. He can't walk or speak. As soon as Vinod and his family hear this, Vinod and his family are lost in whistle as to what has suddenly happened. At present, they are giving tips to Panditji's family members. Here Vinod and his family come home. Vinod tells that his father's health is also very serious. Everyone was very upset. Then someone knocks on the door of their house. When Shalini opens the door, she finds Avinash and his mother in front of her. There was concern on both of their faces. Avinash's mother Sudha says, "Son, where is mummy?" Shalini says, "Come auntie, come in. My mom is inside too." Everyone was sitting in the drawing room. Avinash and his mother also visit them. Seeing Avinash, Vinod immediately stands up and says, "Hey Avinash, when did you come? And all is well? How's the work going?" Avinash says, "Yes brother, he's doing well. We felt very bad to hear about uncle. In which hospital is he admitted? And how is his condition?" Vinod says what to tell Avinash. "I don't understand what is the reason behind all this. But at this time, my father is not in trouble, but my whole family is in trouble." Sudha says, "What do you mean?" Nisha then tells the whole story of her house to Sudha and Avinash. After hearing the whole story, Sudha is surprised and sad that there is such a good family. This shouldn't have happened to them. But Avinash says, "Brother, it is true that there are many invisible forces in this world that harm us.
Now why all this is happening to you, only God knows. But yes, I can help you. Vinod's eyes light up as soon as he hears this. He says, help. How help? Avinash says, Bhaiya, I have proved Kinnari Sadhana. I can remove the problems of your house through this sadhana. At the same time, I can also cure Meena's condition. Avinash looks at Meena and starts smiling. Nisha says, in surprise? What do you mean? How can you cure Meena? Have you learned the Tantra mantra? Avinash says, yes, sister-in-law. Understand something like this. But this system is a positive system. I promise you guys, I'll fix everything very soon. Hearing this, Janki starts crying and holds Avinash's hand. She says, son, if you do this, I will wash your feet. I will never forget this favor of yours. Son, we have been very upset for the last few days. We don't know who got the evil eye on our house. But everything is going very bad. Before my family is shattered, save my family. I'll be willing to give you whatever you say. Money, wealth, I will give everything I need. Just save my family by any means. Avinash says, hey auntie, what are you talking about? I'm like your son. Don't beg me like this. You are our neighbor and it is a human duty to help your neighbor. You don't worry. I do something quickly. Avinash tells his mother, Mother, you take care of these people. I'll get some stuff from the market. Avinash goes with Vinod to buy some sadhana items from the market, such as pink cloth, beetle leaf, flower kinari, yantra, etc. Avinash was doing all this work with great agility. Avinash and Vinod soon return home, and as soon as they arrive, Avinash says, Vinod Bhaiya,
We have to go to Meena's room because I will do this sadhana in her room. What room does she live in? Vinod takes Avinash to the room where Meena used to sleep. After this, Avinash says, Brother, when I do sadhana, all of you stay outside. I will call Kinnari Devi through my spiritual practice and urge her to remove the sufferings of all your families. Vinod shakes his head and leaves, and Avinash starts preparing for his sadhana. Something bad was happening with Meena's family, but Avinash seemed very happy. He was getting great satisfaction while doing sadhana. Once again, he starts his same sadhana. When he had perfected the Kinnari Devi, make Ashtadal with the same akshat, light a ghee lamp, and then chant mantras. Avinash completes his sadhana. But this time, he does not realize any invisible power as it had before. He wonders why the goddess has not yet appeared to him. Then he remembers Kinnari Devi in his mind and says, O goddess, I am your devotee. I am your worshipper. You promised me that whenever I invoke you, you will surely appear. I need you today. Come in front of me and help me. Avinash was praying incessantly, but there was no answer from the goddess. Now Avinash starts worrying about why his sadhana is not working. Then suddenly the lamp goes out. Avinash gets a little scared and gets disappointed when the lamp goes out. He had realized that the goddess had refused to appear before him. Avinash starts getting angry, but still he keeps praying in his mind that somehow the goddess will come in front of him and he can keep his word. Avinash once again lights the lamp and chants mantras so that the goddess appears in front of the mother, but still to no avail. Even after chanting again, when Kinnari Devi does not appear, Avinash's face starts to twitch with anger. He slams his hand on the ground and says, What's the problem? Why is my sadhana not working? Where are you? Where is Kinnari Devi? Appear before me. You gave me your word. You can't do that to me. You have to come in front of me. You have to help Meena. I have to let that ghost of Meena run away from here. He has to be imprisoned. Avinash was saying all these things very angrily and with a loud voice. His voice was also going out, which Vinod was listening to. For a moment, he even thinks about opening the door and going in, but no. He knew that Avinash was doing sadhana and it was not right to go in the middle of sadhana in this way. So he stands at the door. But yes, I was definitely listening to Avinash. On the other hand, Avinash's anger was gradually increasing. Although this time, the flame of the lamp was not extinguished, but still the goddess was not coming in front. After Avinash's repeated words, a figure slowly emerges from the flame of the lamp and continues to rise in the air. She takes the form of a female figure. Then everyone gets a voice. Wicked man, why are you calling me now? You are no longer my devotee. You are not my worshipper. You have broken the rules of my devotion. I am not your maid who will come at your behest. Don't forget that you are my devotee. You are inferior to me. Even though I promised you that when you call on me, I will appear.
but you have forgotten that I gave this promise to help you and not to support you in wrongdoing." Avinash is startled when he hears this voice because he had not seen anything invisibly this time. There was no peace of mind. But suddenly, this voice came from a human figure arising from a blazing fire, and Avinash was frightened by the sound. Then the figure says, "How can you be so clever? In the first place, you were the one who did bad things to Meena. He put a phantom behind him. His reputation was tarnished, ruined his life, and now you are here to be his good. You don't know the wicked one, even though you have become my seeker, but I become someone's goddess of my own free will, and you cannot be my devotee. My devotees are not like you. They work in the interest of humanity and not do evil to people like you. You have played with an innocent girl like Meena, and now you are trying to be good in the eyes of their family members. It's your fault that you think I'll help you. Even though you proved me then, I can't stand by you because you have broken the law. Didn't anyone tell you that after doing my spiritual practice, you would have to give up all bad karma? But no, you didn't do that. You used the black system and played the game with Meena and her family. Wicked, I will never forgive you." As soon as she says this, she starts burning on Avinash's face, and Avinash's face starts scorching. He starts screaming badly. Hearing Avinash's voice, Vinod doesn't stop for a minute and enters the room. Not only Vinod, but all the members go to the room because everyone heard Devi's voice and everyone was surprised to know that Avinash has committed such a big betrayal. They see that Avinash is suffering badly, screaming and not even able to control himself.
He's running from room to room he couldn't even see. Vinod tries hard to control Avinash, but he is not able to do so. Then he calls an ambulance. Until then, Avinash continues to suffer. Here, an angry voice echoed throughout the room. Everyone knew that there exists an invisible force that is watching us all at this time. Meena, who was still sitting unconscious outside in the drawing room. When Sudha thinks of her son, she sits on her knees and folds her hands and says, "Goddess Mother, whoever you are, wherever you are, leave this boy." Only then the voice comes from Avinash's face. "No, I cannot do this. It has made a mockery of the name of devotion. In the name of devotion, it has proved its selfishness. He has deceived you." Then Sudha says, "Sorry, I made a mistake." But that power is the fire in the form of Rudra. It says, "No. I will take back the beauty it perfected me for and make it even uglier than before." As soon as he says this, the fire on Avinash's face starts to flare up. All of them were with Avinash, and at the same time they heard Meena screaming and crying from the drawing room outside. When Janaki goes to her daughter, she sees that she is being dragged to the ground on her own. It looked like someone was pulling Meena, and Meena was applying force to stay still in her place. Then Janaki's eyes fall on the main door of the house, which opens automatically. Meena was being dragged towards that door. There was panic and fear on Meena's face. Seeing this condition of her daughter, Janaki starts screaming, "What happened to Meena? Meena, son?" Then the door closes automatically, and here Avinash comes out. The sound comes from the burning fire on Avinash's face. "Leave the evil ghost to that girl. You can't harm him." Then a strange crying sound starts coming from the rooms, and Meena becomes completely still. Then the echo of a conch shell echoes throughout the house, and gradually the walls of the house begin to darken. Meena sits down with her face hidden in her knees, as if he is afraid of something, and in a short time the door of the house opens automatically, and then starts opening and closing continuously. With a loud noise, suddenly the door closes instantly, and then the walls of the house are back as white as before. In the meantime, an ambulance called for Avinash also arrives. Vinod immediately wraps a blanket around Avinash's face and takes him to the hospital. At that time, the fire on Avinash's face is also extinguished. Here, everyone handles Meena. Meena had become normal. But yes, I was very weak and frustrated. Now Avinash's face was uglier than ever. He hated to see his face. He had stopped looking at his face. Sometimes he regretted what he had done, sometimes he was angry, and gradually his mental balance also started to deteriorate. Now he locks himself in a room. His mother also does not allow him to go out, and on the other hand, his sisters are running the household expenses by doing small jobs, while Meena's condition is completely recovered. Although now her family does not send her out anywhere, she has started laughing and talking again. So friends, you saw how Avinash went to any extent to get Meena. He could not see any way, so he chose a wrong path, so that he could make a place in the hearts of Meena and her family members. But he himself was wrong. He caused a few days of suffering to Meena's family, but now, only God knows how long his family has been in trouble. That is why God should never be offended. Because when his wrath comes, no one can save us from his wrath, neither our Tantra practice nor our devotion. If our main objective is that we harm someone through our spiritual practice, then how can you even think that it will benefit you? So if you dream of such sadhana and then want to do bad to someone, want to take revenge from someone, then take such steps very carefully, because once you enter it, you will not be able to get back, and then you will never be able to recover from the lesson you will get for a lifetime.
So friends, this was our story today. How did you like the story? Please do tell me by commenting in the comment box. And also, those who haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe to the channel. Take care of yourself and your family. I will meet you soon with a new story. Thank you.